All right. This video I'm gonna talk about is hip hop dying or is hip hop dead? I've been seeing a lot of stuff for the past couple of days about rap. I've been listening to rap music since I don't. Well, let me start. I've been listening to rap music since I was little. So I got an older brother, got a dad that listened to rap, but my dad's variety of rap is kind of off. Really, I learned a little more. Really, I learned from my brother when it came to rap stuff, hip hop stuff. Cause my dad, he was a big Tupac fan, so really, but I give my dad credit. He kept me engaged with Tupac, but as I got older, I had to listen to more and more of his music to understand like the stuff he was talking about. But I give my dad credit with the Tupac thing, but he knew a couple groups. He knew a little bit about rap, but my dad wasn't invested in rap, kind of like how I am to say that. But where I want to start. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff for the past couple of days talking about rap stuff. Is hip hop dying? To me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say rap is dying, but I think it's we're kind of rap is kind of lost right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you. What I've been listening to lately, I listen to rap. I listen to the new stuff. I listen to some of everything. I listen to the new stuff, old stuff, stuff from last decade. It may be from 90s, maybe the late 80s. That's how far I'm gonna go when it comes to rap. Probably late 80s to like what 1988 or so to now. I'm gonna listen to the early 2000s. I'm gonna listen to 2010s, and I'm definitely listening to the 90s rap. Our generation, well, I don't want to say really our generation because I think rap is getting lost right now. I really think the meaning of what it is to rap or be a hip hop artist is starting to get lost nowadays. I feel like a lot of people are just doing it because of check. They getting a check out of it, and they don't really care about the craft. You might say I'm old saying this, but I'm still young. I listen to the new stuff. Most of the guys that are out now, they're around the same age as me. But some of the stuff they put out, I don't care for. I mean, it's like I don't really care for to listen to this. I rather listen to '90s rap. I rather listen to early 2000. Now you might say, "Oh, that's old and all of that," but it's better. I rather re-listen to classics and stuff that I like than listen to new stuff that ain't don't sound that great. Like musically, it just don't sound that great. I don't know. Like I just feel like the craft is dying. You got more guys coming out. They sound like they all sound like each other. Some of them sound like each other. Some of them don't. You do have a lot of younger guys or guys that's like 30 and up that sound they got their own type of sound, but most of these younger guys they sound the same. Auto tune, barely could understand what they talking about. I'm like, I don't know. It's like I don't know. I don't want to say it's gone or it's dead, but I truly believe we're hitting a point where it's like I think people want to hear some rapping or something. Like I don't know. I think people are getting tired of people talking about nothing. They talked about the same shit. It's like, bruh. And I seen Joe Budden the other day. He was on his podcast and he was like, he feel like the female rap game is dying out, and he was talking about Cardi B and how she hasn't put an album out since 2018, and I think yesterday she announced that she was dropping another single. I'm like, bro, when is the album dropping? Like, I don't know. Like, I think Cardi B scared. Somebody else said this too, that they feel like she's scared to drop because she don't know what people gonna say. And it's been so long. She just been dropping singles and freestyles and all this. It's like, bro, just give us the stuff. Just give us the music. Like, we could care less about all this extra. Just give us the album. It don't have to be too long. You know, you could put out like a 14, 15 track project. You don't have to be put. Look, don't do what everybody else wants you to do, streaming and talking about we need 2025. No, you don't. You don't need all that music. Just put out the amount you want to put out. Put out the amount that you feel like is good. Cause you know, I think Cardi could put out another good album. I don't think it's gonna be as good as her first, but it's probably gonna be decent. But it's hard to gauge where she's at musically because she looked like she's very hesitant to drop anything. But I do want to go back to Joe Budden. Like, I agree with some of him with what he had to say about some of the female rappers, that they don't really, you know, everybody sound the same. They don't sound interesting. Some of these female rappers talk about the same thing. If it ain't tricking the dude, scamming, I don't know. Like, it's like, bruh, I don't want to hear this. Like, some of the female rappers are dope. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I like some of them. Ice Spice, I don't care for. I don't understand. Like I always said, when it comes to Ice Spice, she just looks good. That what sells. Like, she just looks good. Her music ain't all that to me. I don't see what's good about her music. I don't. She just look good. That would sell her music. Every time I see her on Instagram or somewhere, she twerking to her song. I'm like, okay, like that's it. Like, dude, I don't know. I ain't come here to see you twerk. I came here to see. I want to hear your music. Like, don't nobody give a damn about you twerking. You could see somebody twerking where you at. I mean, you ain't gotta look. I shouldn't have to put on or see you on social media at a concert, war show, or whatever, and you're twerking to your own song. Like, come on now, that's it. Like, come on, you gotta do more than that. That ain't shit. I mean, it is what it is though. But I just feel like the female rap wave, I think it could get a lot better than what it is. I think some of these females are very repetitive, even the guys. I don't want to just put it all on the females. I think the guys aren't doing that great either. I mean, you're not really doing much. The lyrics aren't there. These dudes not really talking about nothing. They just, oh, I did this, I did that. I'm drinking lean. I'm doing this. It's like, all right, bro. The only guy I could take that from, but they deliver for me every time they talk about toxicity and all that, is probably Future. He the only guy I could go back. I go back and listen to his music all the time, so I could tolerate Future doing it. Future was, I don't want to say he was the start of most of this, but he kind of influenced this generation of music too. But at the same time, it's like, that's Future style. Don't do what Future doing. Make your own style. Create, practice, do stuff. Like, I don't know. That's one reason why I also want to talk about J. Cole, because that's one reason why I'm very anticipating his project. I think his project is gonna be probably, I'm not gonna say it's the best rap album this year. It could be trash. It could be not mediocre. I doubt it though, cause J. Cole actually been taking his time. His last project came out 2021, about 3 years ago. So J. Cole, it was the off season. Off season came out 3 years ago. J. Cole will be all right. I think he's going to deliver. Me personally, he's taking his time. He puts in the work. He cares about rapping. It's not all about the money for him. J. Cole know he gonna make money. Money gonna come your way. I mean, that's not why he got into rapping. He loved rapping. He loved the game. So it's just like basketball. You gotta practice to get better. If you don't practice, you're gonna be mediocre at best, or you're just there for a check. There are guys in the NBA that just play for a check. They're not looking to be one of the greatest ever, or you know, one of the best players in the game, top 10 in the game. They're not looking for that. They just looking to be serviceable, good enough to get that check, and And I seen what Offset said too. He was on more. Is it more than I forgot the name of their podcast. Wallow and Gilly. Um, yeah, he was on Wallow and Gilly, and he was talking about he don't feel like rap is dying. He brung in the money aspect. Like, God, there's more money you can make today compared to back then. And it's kind of, I kind of agree, but I don't think money is the end all be all for rap music. But like I said earlier, when you just half ass stuff and then you think it's gonna be good, or you're just trying to make it good enough to where you get you a check and all of this and endorsements and get looked at. It's like, bro, like most of y'all here for a check. I mean, it just showed to me. Like, I'm different. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Look, there are things in life you do. You're like, all right, I'm gonna give me a check if I do this. That's understandable. But if that's your main, you know, if that's your main income, like rapping and making money, doing concerts, doing these little venues, they paying you too. You go on tour, you get paid. Um, if you doing all that, I mean, the money gonna come to you. To be honest, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I truly believe I'm a believer in, and like I said, I might sound like I'm old, but I'm young too. I respect people who put work and effort into their lyrics and craft and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said that about Drake. I listen to Drake music. I just feel like Drake get lazy at times because he don't have to put too much effort in his music, especially when it comes to rapping. But he's an all around artist. I understand that he does different genres. Well, he don't do all genres, but he do some. Well, probably about two, three, maybe four genres. I can't see him doing country music like Beyonce or anything, but Drake, he go outside the box when he needs to, when he want to do something different. But I just feel like, yeah, like if you put in the work, most of these rappers, and I want to get to Nelly too real quick. I seen what Nelly said, but yeah, before I get to him, I just want to say, if you put in, like I said, you get put in the work. Look, money gonna come your way. But do you want to be respected as an artist, as a rapper, artist, or whatever, or you just want to do it for the money and you don't care about criticism? Because some people care about how people perceive them when it comes to what they're doing. It ain't even just rapping. It could be work, anything, college, school, anything. Like, some people don't like criticism, that they take it very well. So, hey, it is what it is. But I want to get to the Nelly thing, and I agree with Nelly. Nelly was on The Shop, which I think it's on YouTube. I didn't see the whole episode. It's a LeBron James. I don't want to call it a TV show, but it was on HBO. Now it's on YouTube. He was on there. He said he feel like the best era of rap was the early 2000s, probably the late 90s, early 2000s. He was talking about the rappers who he competed up against, and he was like, "Oh, all of us was going for that number one spot." And Nelly, his big moment, his best peak was probably early 2000s, like 2000, 2001, probably 2002, maybe '03. But I think that was Nelly's peak when he bust out on the scene and he was like, "Oh, I'm here." He had the album and all of that. The rappers he mentioned like DMX, Jay-Z, Eminem, Lil Wayne, he didn't even bring up Kanye West and them too. He was talking about early 2000. He was like, all of us was competing against each other for the number one spot. He even mentioned 50 Cent. 50 Cent came out on the scene like what, '03, Get Rich or Die Trying, G Unit. Like, hey man, like I agree with him. I mean, I think the late 90s and early 2000s was probably the best rap era. That was probably peak rap. A lot of people probably would say the golden years or however they say it, but the golden age or whatever of rap music. There was a lot of competing and lyrics and bars. A lot of people, and then times was different, compared to today. Today we stream music. Back then they had physical copies. You had cassette tapes in the 90s. I think in the early 2000s they still had them, but most of that stuff was CDs. You go to the store, you buy your CD, you pop it in your little audio, your car or whatever, your little music box or whatever you got, or vinyl. Vinyl ain't never going nowhere. Vinyl been around since the 60s. I think the 50s too, but I think it's been around since the 60s. It might be further back than that. Because I'm thinking about the music I listen to, but the vinyl probably go back further than that. But they were selling physical copies too in the early 2000s, and record sales are different back then compared to how they are now. So, hey, Nelly might have a point. I agree with Nelly when he says he thinks that was the best era. I think that was the best era. That's the era I grew up on musically, the early 2000s. I was born in 99, but I go back, I'll listen to music from the 90s or the late 90s and early 2000s I listen to, and most of that music they played on the radio. Like some of that music most of that I listen to, the Lil Wayne's, I ain't started getting into Kanye until later on, probably when I was in middle school, early high school. I really wasn't a big Kanye fan. I never understood his appeal, but as I got older, I go back to those albums and I kind of understand why Kanye where he at right now. Like he's that good. So, and he also just made history. I think he has had a #1 record in 3 different decades: the early 2000s, the 2010s, and this decade with Carnival, with that came out on what's the name, Vultures One. So yeah, I agree with Nelly when it comes to that. And what's crazy about that, me and my brother, we were just having this conversation. We was talking about that. I told him that was probably the best era of rap. You had guys competing with one another, trying to show off who's the best rapper, who's one of the best to ever do it, or to chart, to get seen. They didn't have social media back then. Your music had to speak for you, and you had magazines and TV, and you had access to certain things to get exposure. But compared to today, you got social media. Anybody could get exposure today. I mean, anybody, a regular person, can go viral for something stupid. But yeah, rap. I don't know. Rap could get better. I don't know where's rap is headed. Um, I hope it gets better. I don't know what's gonna happen within the next 5 years. We're about to be in the middle of the decade already next year, 2025. So we'll see what happens with the rap game. I hope it gets better, but I don't know. And what's crazy, they were also talking about that we were in a period like this in '04, but me and my brother had a convo. He said it was like around '07 where it wasn't much coming out. It wasn't a lot of rappers doing anything. It wasn't much happening really when it came to rap music. But I don't know. Like I don't want to call it a drought or anything, but I just think now a lot of more people, they brighten their horizons nowadays. They're not just listening to rap music like me. I don't listen to rap music all the time. There's music. I go back. I listen to '70s music. I listen to soulful music sometimes. I go back. I've been listening to Michael Jackson. I try to go back and listen to older music. I don't know why. I just think that was probably the best times where most of that music was just genuine. It was just good. People were talented. People had gifts, and they were using their gift and their talent, and it got it. Most of that stuff aged well. That music is timeless. You could play that music anywhere, and people still will enjoy and love the music. So, hey, it is what it is, though. I just think people are starting, and even country. I hate to, I'm not a big country person. But the fact that Beyonce came out and I think she's about to make a country album. I think it comes out this month. It charted well. It's doing pretty well. her songs, her country songs that she put out. I just think a lot of more people they're just starting to brighten their horizon when it comes to music. They don't wanna just be stuck with just one or two things they listen to on a daily basis. But there are people, especially younger people, they listen to rap every day. I can't listen to rap every day. I'm sorry, I just can't. I used to, but as I get older, it's like, bro, you get tired of it. You kind of want to listen to something else. And plus, there's things like I was just having this conversation with my mom. I said, you can catch music in anything, movies, video games. You hear it out in public. Especially if it's a song you never really heard before, and you hear it and you're like, man, that sounds good or whatever. Like, I don't know, like there's ways you could catch other music from different genres. I don't know, I'm not gonna say if you just brighten your horizon, because there are people out there that don't play video games, they don't do certain things I do, so they're not really gonna see what I'm seeing when it comes to music. So, but yeah, I catch music from all kind of stuff: TV shows, movies, video games. You go out in public, people might be playing something you never really heard before, and it sound good. So it's all, like I said, it's all about uh connecting with music, different genres, especially, you know. But I'm gonna probably end the video right here. I don't really have much to talk about. I think I talked about everything. I had wrote down a list of what I wanted to talk about in this video. I think I touched on everything that Joe Budden, Offset, talking about guys making money today. And what else did I talk about? Because I don't think I wrote it down. I think I talked about people listening to music. But I'm going to end the video off right there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You don't have to comment, but please subscribe and like the video. I'm gonna try to make more videos like this in the future. I just made an NFL. If you're into football, go watch my NFL video I put out. NFL offseason talk part 1. I'm gonna have a part 2 coming out pretty soon. And I might have a podcast also dropping probably within the next couple of days or so, maybe this weekend. We'll see. I gotta see how everything turn out.